Karen here. Today we're going to have a short video on how to upload SVGs to your Cricut. So I've started on my website, KarenCreatesCards.com, and I've scrolled down the waterfall, and you see here there's an SVG. So I'm going to click on the SVG, and it brings up the SVG. Then we will left click, which will give you the Save As option. It's going to give you all these numbers. I'm going to get rid of that and save it as waterfall. It's going to save it as an SVG, and I'm going to hit save. So now I'm going to open up Cricut. We're here on the canvas. We're going to go over here to upload. I'm going to click upload image. I'm going to browse through my computer, and it comes over here to downloads, and it shows today I downloaded the waterfall SVG. So let's click open, and it shows it over here. So now we're going to tell Cricut to, yes, that's what I want to upload. And now we see it over here. So now we are going to highlight it to where it's in a green box, and now we can add it to Canvas. Just give it a minute. Okay, a couple things we need to do that are specific to Cricut. Up until this point, it's pretty much all the same. So for Cricut, we have to ungroup. All right, so this is just the words, so we don't have to do anything with that. That was just so we'd remember what it was. These here are our 5 panels. Those are good to go. We don't have to do anything with that. These are our mat and layers for this. So the white papers will go on here. The white is what we're going to stamp on. So what we have to do here, Cricut does not recognize these as score lines. So what we have to do is click on this over here. I'm going to move my picture out of the way. So we see here, over here, when we click on this green over here highlights. So that's our rectangle, and then these are our 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to click these. I'm going to hit the Shift key, and then holding down the Shift key, I am going to highlight all 5 of those. I'm going to come up to the top here where it says Basic Cut, and I'm going to tell it I want to score those instead. So now I have dash lines. So now I know I have score lines. So now we're going to take this all together, and we're going to make sure this is grouped so we can move it around the screen. But we must attach them together, or else Cricut will try to print them out separately. All right, so now we have this other one here. Let me move my picture again. This one also has 2 score lines, which it doesn't recognize. So let's come over here, and we see this is our rectangle, but we need our 1 line here, and there's our other line. And if you look over here, you'll see that they now have boxes. So we know those 2 are the ones that are highlighted. We want to come up here to Basic Cut. We want to change that to Score. And now we should have dashed lines again. So we will do the same thing. We want to make sure that is grouped together. And we want to attach it. So now I am going to click Make It. And I'm not going to cut them out, but I will show you how this is going to print. We're going to use a mat. So now you can see it's saying all 5 won't fit on 1 paper. Okay, anyway. And you can just take this, move object. We're going to move it over here to the first one because they absolutely will fit on there. Yeah, they'll fit. All right, so now we have all 5 on 1. On 2, we have 0. Now, this is one we'll want to look at. So now we have our square. We'll cut out, and then it's going to score these lines here. It's going to ask you to put in the scoring pen, and you'll score these lines. So there you go. So if I hit continue, then it would ask you to put the mat in, and you would continue on from there. I'm not going to cut them out today. So that's how you do it. I hope this helps you. Just remember, you must attach and you must ungroup when you first start. And make sure your lines that are score lines, Cricut knows they're score lines and not cut lines, or else you'll end up with a bunch of tiny little pieces of paper. So I hope this helps, and I hope you give it a try. And until next time, Stay crafty.